So before we deep dive into what a IELTS reading general pattern consists of, let me share you something that students often ask me. They're always asking me that what kind of passages will come? How do we know it already what is probably going to come? Are they going to ask something based on something very recent? Okay, what kind of newspapers or articles or magazines should we read to practice those passages? So my answer to them is that you must first understand the fundamental purpose of this test. Okay, this is not your regular English test. This is a test which is supposed to grade you whether you will be able to survive in a native English speaking country or not. Okay. So what will you do if you are giving the general test, you score well, you go in a native country? What are you going to do there? You are going to basically engage into day-to-day scenarios. You're going to read, you're going to write, you're going to speak, converse in day-to-day scenarios. You are going to blend into the local lifestyle. And obviously, you should at least have English skills which can basically ensure that you will successfully survive there. So this would probably give you an idea that why these passages are the way they are and what are these based on. Let me elaborate them for you. In section 1, like we said earlier, there are two passages. So what are these two passages based on? Mostly these passages are notices. They could be yellow pages ads. If you don't know what a yellow page ad is, you can think of it as a newspaper classified ad also. Okay, so a newspaper classified ad, it can have public notices like for example, if a certain construction going on a road, then how should you take a diversion. All right, passage 3 could again now this is passage 3 is a little lengthier than passage 1 and 2, and this will have probably instructions or procedures, or this could be a policy document. What do you mean by instructions? See, let's say it could be a very simple instruction of how to use a room cleaner or automatic room cleaner. Okay, or how to use a particular let's say clothes dryer. So if you buy a home appliances, it will come with the instruction booklet which will have instructions about its safety requirements, about its electricity requirement. And as a person who is staying in that foreign country, you should be well equipped enough so that you understand the procedures and you have followed. So that is what you are being tested here. Now passage 4 is a different beast altogether. We already know that it is 1,000-word passage. It is the most difficult passage that you will face in the entire test. In fact, doing this passage well could become the difference whether you're going to score a 7 band or an 8+ band. Why is that so? See, this is a lengthy passage. It is also slightly complex. It does not have simple information like you see in a notice, okay, or a procedure or a policy document or a recipe. Okay, these kind of passages are made so that everybody can understand it very easily. However, passage 4, these are articles. These are feature articles which present an opinion, sometimes deeper analysis. Okay, so here the examiner wants to test that can you also gain knowledge in that country? See, if you can gain knowledge, probably you will be eventually be contributing to the economy. So it is very important for you to continuously gain knowledge and learn. For that, this sort of a passage is designed. So what will they ask in this passage? There are several genres on which articles are regularly published in international magazines and journals. IELTS will pick up articles from there. They can pick up some articles from books also, but more or less, if you look at previous year papers, the general you can say the domains or genres are quite similar. What are these genres? So if you look at the genres for passage 4, what will they be? You can expect articles to come from a historical perspective. You can expect them to come from environmental perspective. Health and education are always popular themes. Okay. You can also have articles from socio-cultural perspective. So if you quickly look through these, when I say historical perspective, they will not show you article of a documented history or anything like that. Let me take an example. Let's say they might give an article about the first journey, the first sea voyage, which was made by a female captain. So that is both history, but there is a lot of cultural relevance to it. Okay. Then they might give articles on environment. Environment is a very big issue. It's a lot of concern. It is a problem for everywhere. So it is always a popular theme. Health and education, like I said, have always come. So there will be articles based on that. If there are any new findings or new studies or new trends which have been observed, and people have published papers or articles about it, they might come here. And lastly, socio-cultural perspective, when you say, see, there might be observations which are made about changing social trends, probably how libraries are vanishing and how most of the reading these days happens through mobile phone, or probably how overexposure to a certain kind of technology is changing human behavior. So those kind of studies might feature here in this journal. Now, this is about the pattern. Okay. If you have seen the pattern, you know what to expect in this test. What is important from here on is to understand what are the challenges and what are the skills required. So now, after we have understood the pattern in detail, I will discuss about the kind of challenges you will face, kind of skills you will require. And then later on, one by one, we will cover how to develop all the skills that are required to tackle this paper.